1, 2. Hello. I wasn't expecting that to happen. Good evening. Indeed, here we are, live in the GGPHelp studio. My house, my home. I hope you're well. Hopefully, I'm broadcasting live. I'm going to wait for the producer to say something. But I thought, given the excitement around this evening's results that we've got coming through, hopefully in the next 20 or 25 minutes, I'll put a shirt on. So we've not done that for a few episodes now. So producer says he can see me, so that is grand. So I hope you're all well. Blazing hot, depending on what. I don't think it matters which part of the UK you're in. It is absolutely sweltering, and apparently tomorrow's going to be even worse. So that's your weather report done. And in fact, you were pleased to know when I checked the weather this morning that most parts of the UK were hotter than it was than the guys in Javieron. So they were having a very cool time down there in the desert while we were up here sweating our nads off, for want of a better phrase. Sorry, Mum, if you're listening. But I am alone this evening, unfortunately. We was going to have Magic, but he's got a few things that he needs to do. His PhD's, I think he's almost done, and obviously that, without question, as much as I jest about it not being as important as this, it is, it really is, and it's going to lead him to an amazing career, hopefully. Especially if he gets to go and play around with rocks and stuff in the desert, and finding these massive bodies of gold, copper, cobalt, nickel, and everything else that you find, bismuth, and all the rest of it that you find down there. So, yeah, hopefully Stuart's wrong, and this isn't one that delivers way past 11:30. Hopefully this is out in the next 15 minutes, because if that's the case, I don't waffle for forever, all right? Because that can be quite painful, I get that. But I hope you're sitting comfortably. I hope you're laid in bed, tucked up, not too much, far too, thank you very much. That was another coffee, thank you. Hope you're tucked up with your, I'd say with a Horlicks, but it's far too hot for that. So let's go for a pina colada or a bottle of beer or something just before bed. Doesn't make sense, but anyway. I got myself a brew, and no doubt the dog will be along at some point to make a load of noise and upset me. Without any further ado, has anyone got any questions? Producer, has anyone got any questions yet? Let's field some questions from the chat frequencies. It's one of those things that I go all day completely ignoring the fact that I've got a live show coming up, and it really, really would help for me to actually plan some things to talk about, especially with someone like me that, I talk all day long. It's not exactly, turns out it's not the dog it's the cat. The cat is going to make an appearance this evening. Fair enough. Upstaged by a cat. Be a child along, no doubt. Anyway, I should do some planning. We've had all day. I've had 6 weeks to even think about these results. We've had some amazing interviews. Sean's done some outstanding work, and I'm just going to assume you tuned in, Sean, so thanks very much for that. Feel free to come on the show anytime you like. Always welcome. That goes for Callum too. Let's not forget that, we talk a lot about Sean, but Callum is in the background doing, and the rest of the geology team. It's not just Callum anymore. There are now more and more people starting to work at the Greatland Gold Office. And the other thing I noticed that I never mentioned to anybody, I need to turn that down, and I need to turn. Have I considered doing a podcast? That flashed up on my screen. I might have one that I've had for a few years. So what was it everyone noticed? Oh, that every time Sean Day does an interview in the office, he changes desks. That is the third, or if not fourth desk I've seen him do a live, a recording from. So what I want, and I appreciate he always does it with his back to the window, which makes sense. In fact, no, it doesn't make sense at all. You want to be Sean, if you're watching, you want to do it the other way around, so the window's in front of you, but I suppose if it's getting dark, it doesn't really matter. I want to see what's on the other side of the office. Or is that the side of the office that's got the TV on it with a nice big cock and balls going around? That's what we really want to see. What? No, we're not doing this now. Cat, go away. The window's open. Knock yourself out. So, the last results, the producer's saying, was at 23.49. Oh, I hope you're sitting comfortably. Now, 23.24. Always 23.24. That's the time I go for. I'm not even going to be bothered looking for it. So, yeah, I just wondered if anyone's got any questions. Excuse my hair. I've not bothered to cut. I've actually had I've been going for a Grealish for a while now. But what is the expectation tonight and the amount of holes and best grade? I've been trying to downplay it, but we're here now, so I'd like to see quite a lot of holes. I'm happy if 4 turn up. You know, I mean, it's easy to say, isn't it? Oh, I hope we only get 4 holes. No one wants 4 holes. We want to see a lot more because of the fact that we only had 7 over the last 12 weeks. So even if we had 14, that would be a good step in the right direction. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of drilling going on. Hopefully they're going deeper, which means it takes longer. And maybe some of the drills are doing some of the bore. I saw that question come through. Not available, thank you. I can't card you. I'm a bit busy right now, my friend. I'm going to take my watch off as well because that's getting annoying. Notifications and messages everywhere. So, So, it would be nice to see 15 to 20, if not more. I mean, what was the average? I mean, that's a great question, like in terms of what's the average been for the last 12 months? You know, and until this rain came down and this growth drilling started, what was the average number of holes? Was it 20? You know, was it 25? I don't know. The best grade, I don't know. I mean, if they're still drilling that same area, there's every chance you could see another 85, 100 metres at 11, 15, 20 grams per tonne. I mean, that would just be, you know, it already exists in that one space. There's nothing to say it doesn't exist in that crescent. So I don't think the best drill is done yet. I'd like to think that the best drill is yet to come. And in fact, it's going to be sad when the drills stop turning. I don't know at what point they stop turning the drills, and you know, I guess there has to be a point where they just keep on mining it, and they're just like, "Yep, this is what we're mining, and we're mining it," and then we'll have to find something else to talk about. Have you considered doing a podcast on other investments? Not available. Have you considered? I don't know why I didn't read that out loud. Have you considered doing a podcast on other investments? I'll slow down now. I've got the nerves out of the way. Outside GGP. P.S. Don't card me. Funny you should say that. There might be something in the pipeline coming. Not organised by me. Let's put it that way. Not sure how much I can and can't say, but pipeline has stuff in it. That's as much as I can say. Yeah, so that's about that. Is that really? We've got 2 questions. I'll have to make one up. So Mike in Nottingham wants to know, out of all of the what does it say? Out of all of the, you can tell I'm making this up. Out of all the spaces in Black Hills, which one do you like the best? You know, that's an interesting one because we were talking on Telegram today about what would happen if, and obviously with Parlay, is it Parlay? I think it's Parlay. With Parlay down there in the southeast corner, it crosses the line into Antipa's development, who are already partnered with NCM. So GGP and NCM and Antipa. I'll just smack the microphone. That's an interesting concept, and we know that it spreads across the border. And if Parlay contains sorry, I've really got to stop reading these notifications as they flash up from the producer. And with the way it goes across the border, that's got to be a split. So all of a sudden, you're now looking at Parlay, possible JV within the JV, and Apollo split JV with Artemis. If that hits, I mean that's just those two. That's before we start talking about the 100% owned Scallywag and all of those prospects, and Goliath as well. So it's definitely, if you're not a Greatland Gold shareholder, I don't give investment advice, but you really should buy yourself a few shares, because I don't think for a second you'll regret it. Next question. I thought there was a question, but I'm guessing it will be forwarded shortly. 2 reasons for delays: rain in March, says the producer, and then assay delay of 6 to 7 weeks. SD said that we could be due for bumper results in the future as assay's delay is reduced. He did say that, and he definitely said that. But the bit that he said straight after that, which worries me, not worries me, because it's really not the end of the world. They come when they come, is you won't see those results until Christmas at their annual upgrade. Is there a possibility that the upgrade won't come until Christmas? That might be the way it works. My phone and my watch are going absolutely crazy right now. Not available asks also, can we get Gervais on? Now he's not an exec. Interesting enough, I was giving him 6 months. I figured if he was under an NDA, he would be silent for 6 months. He would have to be, wouldn't he? So he left in March. So I think 6 months takes us around to September. As soon as that's done, I'm going to hit him up, and I'm just going to keep annoying him until he blocks me or comes on the show. Gervais, it's entirely up to you. I mean, you got to figure you're watching as well. You're still a shareholder according to the terminal, so yeah, why not? I'd love to hear your story, regardless of the results and how this is working out. The RNSs are now starting to come in, so hopefully we'll have some soon enough. 2316. That Gervais story of the last 4 years, I would love to hear it. I'd love to sit him down and have not quite a Piers Morgan interview, but that kind of thing where you sit down and you have a structured story about, how did you get into Greatland Gold? What was it you liked about it? How was things for you and Callum? And then that story of those 5 had drills and just that the whole thing. I'd love to go through it, chronologically and just see it from his point of view. I think that would be an amazing podcast, video cast, however you want to spin it. Really, I'd make it a one-off show. That'd be grand. But then you could definitely say the same thing for the other executives, couldn't you? And I appreciate that they are stuck under their cloud of not allowed to say things about the future, but they can talk about the past. Let's bridge that gap. I get that they are a professional outfit, but this is 2021 and you can still be human and professional. And I think that I really do deep down believe that what people miss and crave from the world that we live in is that human element. When you look at what works in this world, it's people in terms of social media and what gets people talking is stories about people, isn't it? It's all right having all this tech and not ever seeing people and talking to people. And I go all day without talking to people, apart from electronically on the internet. And that's kind of sad in a way. That really is kind of say. That is a good question. Smalley's just checked in. He's just chilling out in Barbados, as you do. Now, where are you? There's a question for you. Where are you in this world? Do we have anybody that's up early doors in Australia? I appreciate most people are going to be tucked up in bed. Got me on their big 60-inch TV. I'm really sorry about that if I am just booming out of your surround sound by now. But where are you in the world? Let's see where we've got our Greatland Gold holders this evening. It'd be great to see some people from Australia, and I'd love to get down there. I'm sure there would be many of you as well, actually. And that was one of the questions that I asked that never got asked during the last Q&A, is when COVID is done and the world is open, what's the chance of getting a mine tour? I would love to go and see it for myself. And I know I appreciate I keep talking about the drone, but I think that'd be an amazing adventure to get out there, get absolutely covered in sand and bitten by bugs. Excuse me. and everything else, and just go and see it for myself. Just go and see what I've invested in. And, this has been a crazy 18 months. Crazy 18 months. It's become life, isn't it, for many of us? I appreciate it's so easy just to buy a share and see it on the screen as a candle going up and down, but this is so much more than that for a large amount of shareholders. This has become part of their life story. And I mean, I guess that's the other side of things that I would like to look at if I grew the confidence. I appreciate it's easy for me to say now, just sitting here talking to you, hundreds, maybe thousands of you on the Tinterweb. But to actually sit down with people, real investors, people that have made their fortune, because that's always a good story, but not only have they made their fortune, but actually they've lost their fortunes along the way, and they have real stories to tell where they've been caught out by things that they didn't see or they wish they'd known, or there must be hundreds and thousands, millions of stories of where people have listened to the wrong people or have got lucky because they read something in a newspaper, maybe back in the 80s, or they just it's just flashed up on my screen. So I'm going to try and get it downloaded. So that's something what I'd like to do is in terms of spreading this as a podcast and not just me and Magic or me and Bamps. NCM, there it is. Look, boom. It's not found. Here we go again. We've crashed the server. Good job, everybody. I wish you'd all wait for me to get it, and then my phone is going crazy. It's the old one. They've done it again, haven't they? They've released the one from the 30th of June. That's very, very cheeky of them. Maybe they're watching this live stream and they just want to see me panic. But yes, when it comes out, no one download it until I'm saying I'm downloading it, and then you can download it, because then I can open it and keep this stream going. And I'm annoyed because there's 23.22 and we were so close to 23.24. But what can you do? I need a slurp of tea. Maybe nice time could do a slurp of tea. So, la 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 la. Yeah, sucks. Producer, please let me know when you've got it or you're getting it. I'm not going to bother. Keep refreshing the screen. So, Newcrest website. There's a sweepstake going on the main board. How many times will Sandeep say world class? Better than me pulling a donut face, I suppose. I'm so funny. Right, so I'm going to go ahead to the Investor Centre and Results and Report Centre this evening. And we are going over to the market releases. Nope. It's not quarterly this time around, is it? No. It is a... I never find it when I'm supposed to find it. Is it half-year report? No, it can't be. That's next month. Ooh, we got one of those next month, ladies and gentlemen. Middle of August. Mark your diaries. We've got a full-year financial results from Newcrest. So pop that in your diary. We'll have a look at those. Maybe we'll be live. Yep. The producer has just said exactly what I am thinking right now. And maybe Newcrest don't want us looking at it. How hard is it to get a PDF in 2021? I ask her. What are what's the guy got to do to get a PDF? I'm done. Someone just shoot me the file. 86 messages on Telegram. Crazy. You must be having a right blast. Now there's been some more. Then there's been some more released. So, yeah, that's not the right file. It's not 404. Brutal. So, yeah. What to do? I got it. I tell you what, it wasn't a very big file because that loaded up instantly. Midas Malk, thank you very much, sir. I have that from the producer. We thank you. It is open. Let us just go straight in and straight over to the screen. Oh no, let's go to PDF. That's the last PDF. So what I need to do now, just to make life a bit easier, and this is probably the part where I shouldn't have done. Oh no, it's downloaded already. Is do that and find it. Now what's funny is everyone's shipping me this document. Thank you. Browser. Properties. Oh, there it is. Browse. Downloads. Now you've got to negotiate your Windows file system. Say, what? Oh, mate, this is, don't worry about the fact that you are live on the internet. Just sort of dead. That one. Open. Okay. And there you go. Hopefully you can, let me turn me down a little bit because I think I'm a bit loud. Hopefully you can now see what I can see. And so now the next question is, how do I... See, you've probably all read it already. I don't even know now. I can't remember. Oh, I'll just panic. It's fine. I can't remember how to move it. Like, that's hilarious. It's fine. I'll just corpse live on the internet where I forget what it is I'm actually supposed to be doing and how I'm supposed to be moving this. But this is what you get, ladies and gentlemen, when you do live, raw and uncut. I'm now getting all sorts dropped into my... Oh, okay, so it is a quarterly report, and this is the quarterly report. Okay. Breathe. There's a button there that says interact. Oh, that was painful. How painful was that? Right, so more importantly, we're just going to Javier on PFS, expected release in the second half of CY21. We knew that. And I'm just going to make Bamps yell at me and just scroll far too fast while I come down and look for that word that says Javier on. Because the latest, it does say at the bottom, the latest drilling results for Javier on project are included in the 2021 quarterly exploration report, which was also released today. Right, that's at the very bottom. So I'm going to keep going with this, producer, but please let me know as soon as the exploration report is available, and then we can go through this whole painful process of me loading up a PDF to broadcast it onto the internet. All over again, although hopefully this time a bit quicker. It says, the Javier on project, and this helps me, by the way, because I'm learning to talk slowly for some work that I've got coming up in the future. The Javier on project, I guess that's the exploration report that's just come through. The Javier on project, and I will say that for the fourth time, I'll finish this sentence if I'm damned, is located 45 kilometres east of Newcrest Telfer operation and is operated by Newcrest under a joint venture agreement with Greatland Gold plc. Newcrest received the required... Ooh, that's a really mouthful. Newcrest received the required regulatory approvals to commence construction of the exploration decline at Javieron, following approval from the Water Management Plan on the 30th of April 2021. Construction activities are progressing to plan, with achievements as of the 14th of July 2021, including box cut and portal completed in May 2021, exploration decline commenced on the 14th of May 2021 as advanced 69 metres. 69 metres. Okay, I don't know whether to laugh because there's a joke in there somewhere, or, I'm sorry, that was really, really bad. Let's hope they wrote that a month ago. But then this comes back to this project working until 2022. They're not going to reach that decline for a long time. I appreciate we're like 700 metres a month and all the rest of it. And I appreciate the decline has not got going yet. Because if they're only in 69 metres, that's not very far at all. However, the decline contractor has moved to 24-hour operations, which is good. And the all-surface support infrastructure is nearing completion. Works to progress the necessary approvals and permits that are required to commence the development of an operating underground mine and associated infrastructure. I'm still waiting for it to download, by the way. At the project are ongoing. Newcrest expects to release the Javieron PFS in the second half of CY21. The latest drilling results for Javieron projects were included in June 2021 quarterly exploration report, which was also released, God knows when, and I apologise for using that word, but it's downloading on my machine and it's taking forever until it pops up. I can't do now. I am stuffed. And that's loading on the website. It's not even downloading it. I will just go for a straight screen capture, I think. So I will just come back to that for now. And I'll prep the screen capture. See, look. It's just this bar at the top there. That's all there is. So I'm stuffed. I can't see. So are we laughing out loud for 3 holes because we want to be funny, or actually is there only 3 holes? I'm blind, so you're going to have to help me out here. If you have seen this report, if you have it now in front of you, drop us a screenshot. Give us something to work with. Don't let this show just die on its arse because the internet won't give me a PDF at the most important time ever. I wonder if I can get on a mailing list for Newcrest to get this at the right time. Hey, Newcrest, can you shoot me an email with a PDF on, please? So that I have it for my live shows. Thank you very much. Donut face. Come on, get those questions into the producer. He is... Ta-da! Right, I'm getting some images coming through now. Mr. Thompson, thank you. So I shall do that. Had 57 wedge 6. 2.3 grams per tonne. Ooh. Do we know where this is? Is this the Eastern Breccia zone? A little bit of copper from 1,200 metres. Wow, including 13.4 grams per tonne and a little bit more copper. Hage 89, 1.2 grams per tonne. That's a long way down, isn't it? Oh, look at that. Had 138. So you got had 136 wedge 1, 36.2 at 2.7 grams per tonne and 0.9% copper from 998 metres. And then had 138, 84.5 at 2 grams per tonne and 0.5% copper from 683, including a little 12.7 at 6 grams per tonne and 0.101 of copper. At the Eastern Breccia, 4 drill holes have been completed. That is what that is. And the results from all drilling holes, with results from all drilling holes pending. Drilling has targeted along the strike from prior reported drill holes 83 and 84, which we knew they were massive, over a strike length of 600 metres. Drill testing and interpretation of the geological and mineralisation controls of the Eastern Breccia is ongoing. All drill rigs are currently operational on the growth drilling program. Oh, I've got it. I have the quarterly exploration report right here on my screen. There's all sorts going on my screen now. Right. Red Chris. Javier on. Can you... Yes, let me zoom in. Hopefully you can see that. Javier on. Growth drilling continues. I wonder if we can... bear with me 1 second. If I can just do that a little bit. That'll give you more real estate on the screen, won't it? There you go. That's better. Gruel Drive continues to confirm extensions in higher grade southeast crescent and the northern breccia mineralisation outside of the initial inferred mineral resource estimate. Had 33 located in the southeast crescent returned 85 metres at 11 grams per tonne, which we knew this is a quarterly, so this is going to be last time's reports. Last time and this time are in this report, so we're going to have to make sure that we separate that as we get further down. The high-grade zone within the southeast crescent remains open at depth, and 138 returned 84.5 meters at 2 grams per tonne from 683, including, which is the one we just read out, wasn't it, in the last report? So, new Crest Managing Director said, world class. Javier has identified several exciting results from the southeast crescent zone beneath the initial inferred resource. Lovely. So there's those three again. Red Chris. Now, I'm kind of looking at this as this comes down because Bamps yells at me. I'm going to move the microphone so that I can see a bit better. Right. Oh, look at this. See, I want to get down into it, but sometimes we miss things. And I read this 3 days later and I'm like, oh, I missed that last time. So I'm going to kind of, I don't know. There. I've gone to pot now. You can tell, can't you? Slow down. Think. It's fine. Producer, please can you read through that big paragraph at the top while I read through the juicy stuff at the bottom? The Javier project is centered in a deep magnetic. We knew that bit. New crest commencement. They have drilling activities from 29 drill holes resulted in 25,000 meters since March 2021. Results from 14 of 29 have been received, with 9 holes returning significant assay intercepts in excess of 50 gram meters. A total of 184,081 meters from 1,212 drill holes has been completed since Newcrest started. In the southeast crescent zone, we have 4 drill holes. Nice. Northern breccia, 21 drill holes completed with assay reports for 12. Superb. That's going to help show what we've got going on in that northern. Big discussion about that yesterday on Telegram. The eastern breccia, for 4 drill holes. The holes are part of a program to extend the Javier footprint. Now, I mean, bottom line is there is gold in the eastern breccia. That's good. 2 grams per tonne. That's. I'd love to hear from someone. 2 grams per tonne, right? That's. We're gonna go and dig it up. That's what that means, right? I don't know if it's necessarily right, but that sounds good to me. The non-geo in me, anyway. At the southeast crescent, 4 drill holes targeting resource extensions of 75 by 75, spacing up for 200 metres below the initial infill have been completed. And I think this is where they're going to talk about the holes from last time that Magic and I went through. So I am going to go over those because there it is, 85 metres, 11 grams per tonne. The fifth best hole that we have drilled so far, which is just crazy. 3 further holes tested a lower target in the northern breccia, and being 97 wedge 3, 97 wedge 4, and had 136. And results demonstrate good alignment with model grade and thickness within the southeast crescent zone, which further supports the geological model, including continuity. We'll get there in the end, of high grade. 47.8 at 2.3 grams per tonne and 0.2% copper, including a cheeky 28 at 3.8 and 0.4. I like that. 97 wedge 4, 50 metres at 1.1. Meh. That still does a lot better than most places. And that's got 10 metres at 2.2 grams per tonne, which isn't a bad thing. And 136 there gives us a nice little cheeky 2.5 grams per tonne and 0.6% copper, including 24.5 metres at 5.4 grams per tonne and 0.9% copper. I think 0.35 is what makes people's eyes get raised on those YouTube channels. What do we say about the Northern Breccia? I think that's the bit that came through. So, drilling has confirmed and increased the continuity of mineralisation as a northwest mineralised corridor, which has been identified up to 300 metres in length and 100 metres wide. Between a 200 metre, between 4,300 and 4,100 metres RL remains open at depth. Higher grade mineralisation has been identified internal to the mineralised Breccia corridor. The results support the potential for incremental resource extensions. And I think they are just fairly average grades. Fairly average. Let's not worry too much about those. I think they are solid, rather than me just keep reading out numbers, droning on. Oh, you can't see me. I'm going droning on. Not that you needed to see that, but there you go. I thought I'd do that anyway. 25.1, 2.3 grams per tonne. Yeah, see, I mean, that's deep, isn't it? That's that Eastern Breccia. So we might have covered that again. Now, Unexpected says, does the level of cut-off mean the sample is bloody loaded for over 100 metres? Yeah, when it says 30 grams per tonne is the cut-off, Bamps gets very, very excited. So we are now up to, let's just zoom out a smidge. So that's not changed very much. That's still the 3D plan that we saw yesterday and have had for 6 months now. Oh, look at that. So the new results on this release, the red, and the results that we've spoke about. See, they never released that full. This look. I'm pretty sure we never got all that last time. Look at that. That is absolutely. Look at this. That is absolutely loaded. There's Breccia there as well. Look. They're calling this a Breccia section. That definitely did not look like that last time I looked. We need a comparison from the last time around. Wow. All right, zoom out. Wilkie, that's not us. Jury. Initial dual scout testing of Goliath outer mine, Los Diablos targets in the Patterson Range East has been completed. Assay results are pending. Subsequent work programs for the next period, including drilling, will focus on the Parlay target within the Black Hills project. That doesn't give very much away, does it? Assay results are pending. That's fine. We knew that. Subsequent work programs for the next period, including drilling, will focus on the Parlay target within the Black Hills project. Even though we can see them all up at Black Hills. Or is that the camp? But then you see that makes sense because when you look across the border, when we were talking about Parlay earlier, they've got 8 rigs on that side of the border. So actually it makes sense that if they do both of those areas at the same time, Newcrest get a full report for that entire area. That's clever. That's smart on their part, really, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to zoom out and scroll down. Because this is what we want to look at now. Oh, actually, this is what Bamps tells us to look at. Look here. Look, you see here, right? On this, can you see my mouse here? On this side here, this column on the right, 0.1, 0.5, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, right? See those, right? That's Red Chris, and that's a good project they've got there. That's going to make them some decent money. And then what you do is you come down for your HAD wedges, or your HAD reports. Excuse me. I know he tells me to slow down. I'm trying to do my best. 0.2, 0.2, 0.21, 30, 0.2, 30, 1, 30, 30, 30. That, I mean, I don't specifically get exactly what that implies. But that means, I mean, Bamsa spoke about it, and it's where to get those grades, they have to stretch them out, and whereas ours are really compacted. It's something to do with that, and I'm sure Bamps is saying yes or no at his screen right now. But the cut-off grades are really, really high. Really, really high. And we've still got assays pending. So we're just looking for some numbers now. So there's 85 at 11. I've missed the column that I was supposed to look at. There's one there, look. 37. There's 1 meter at 37. So that was just a chunk of, they've just found a lump. 37 grams of, well, it's 37 grams. But they found a lump of gold, basically. That's what that means. So that's all good. Look, had 133, 32, 11. There's your 85. So you got, I see. You've got 85 meters at 11 grams per ton and 13 meters at 32 grams per ton. There's your chunk of gold. Followed by 6 meters at 62. 0.7 at 82. So had 133 hit the mother lode. That's pretty much what that says. There's another lump here as well, look, on 136. That's crazy. Right, let's get down to these pictures. Wow. I mean, there's your crackle. That whole thing is now crackle with some nice cemented breccia. I mean, there's no other way of saying it really, is there? It's solid. That's grand. And look at this. They're going straight through the middle of the blinking dolerite. I don't know if that's actually going through the middle of the dolerite or not, but that's what it looks like on that image, doesn't it? That's what it looks like. It's crazy. The thing I was thinking yesterday when you look at this, right, they've drilled so much of it, you have to question on paper, is there actually anything left to drill? Because they've pulled it all out already. Is that wasted money, right? What's going to happen to those rocks? They've drilled 6-inch wedges, right, that contain gold. Is that money gone? Or are they actually going to extract the gold? I don't think they will. I think they have to keep the cores. So there's 200 holes of mineralisation that we're not going to benefit from. Figure that out. Make it mess with your head. So here's our holes that have been done recently. And as you can see, they're finding it at depth. They're finding it at the top of the ore body. It's just loaded, isn't it? Absolutely loaded. And I mean, I wished I could go through it further. Producer, is Stewie around? It looks like there are 20 new holes and 16. There were 20 new holes, and that for 16, we're still awaiting assays. 4 new holes are reported here. Crazy. If Stewie's around, let's get him in and get his reaction to this. So, what? Just reading this, producer, have I just been like quoting last month's holes again? The qualities get me every time on that. It's crazy. Yeah, I think you might have dropped offline. I'm still here. So, but yeah, I suppose this is the point, isn't it, of me doing it solo, is we do lose that element of, oh my God, look at this. But rest assured, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are going to be doing a show. With Bamps, and I'm actually going to use this software so that you see what I see. So I'll record the screen rather than trying to drop photos in, I'll record it offline and we'll release it as a podcast so people can listen to it. But also, if you wanted to follow along and see what Bamps is talking about, because no doubt there is tons of stuff that I've missed. Previous reporting has been denoted by the hats. Thank you. So it's got 2 double hats. It's been reported before. Stop scrolling so fast. So whilst we are looking at this, is that on? Yes, it is. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do that. I'm going to move that over there. And then I'm going to pull up the last report that we had, because I think if we look at that, there's not one in there. Typical. 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 Remember to keep talking because you are live on the internet and people want to know what you're thinking and seeing and not just staring at your head. I have got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of files in my Telegram folder that people keep sending me. And do you think I can find the one that I'm looking for? You'd think I'd prepare for it, wouldn't you? I've only been doing this all day, thinking about this all day. Or not, the case may be. I can't even work out what the... it's a random... Oh, I suppose if I sort it by name and then look for a random bunch of numbers... So, 21st to the 6th. Sounds good. Not that one. Quite what I'm doing with the Sandfire resources, I don't know. I've got all sorts. What am I doing with the Sandfire resources file on my... I think I'll get a card for that. No, I don't even know how I've got it. I'm completely at a loss as to what the file even would be. So it's 4 new holes. All right. And this is the problem with doing this for Newcrest's quarterly report and not doing it for Greatland Golds, because tomorrow it will be much clearer. So, I mean, it's kind of a compromise, isn't it? Where I said 4 holes. I did say 4 holes. Stuart said 20. We're both technically right. Right? Am I right in saying that, producer? Technically, I am right. There are 4 holes. But technically, Stuart is right because they have drilled 21. Does that mean they're going to make us wait 6 weeks for 21 more? That's crazy. Or 16 more. 16 more holes on top of what they're going to drill. Or are we going to get a... Boop! They're out. There you go, guys. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it. You're all asleep, but we've just released the 16 holes. I don't know. I do not know, really. But I think, unless the producer says otherwise, unless Stu wants to come on. Stu, come on. Where are you? Give me a yell. I'll get you in. And that'll be fun, because then we're going to have to disconnect cameras. We just might get a go audio. Let me know, producer. I think we might wrap this up, because is there much more to be gleaned from this? Especially if we've already gone over it. That's the annoying part, isn't it? Had 33, which we know about. We know about Had 33. The Northern Breccia. And I mean, the Eastern Breccia, I mean, that can't be sneezed at. There is gold in the Eastern Breccia. And that needs further investigation. doesn't it, really? Because 57, 89, 36, and 138. I mean, there's some good grades there. And this is... think about it, and then say it. When we think about what constitutes a good hole, we instantly think 85 metres, 11 grams per tonne. Stunning. But reality is, that's beyond stunning. And things like this, 84 metres at 2 grams per tonne, actually, I'm pretty sure that's still pretty good. When you look at average grades, that is better than the average grade that they've put in the MRE, which was 1.77 grams per tonne. So I'm guessing, and again, this is layman, not geo, anything above 1.77 grams per tonne has got to be good. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong and filling you full of nonsense right now. But to me, that makes sense. I mean, right? So if we just assume that 1.7... Don't assume. Never assume. Did you see what I did there? I assumed. 1.77 grams per tonne. Kicking myself for saying that out loud. Fool. 2.3... Oh, you look... Oh, sorry, look. There you go. There you go. Sorry about that. 25 metres at 2.3 grams per tonne. This is the Eastern Breccia. 1.2 grams per tonne. 2.7 grams per tonne. 2 and 6 grams per tonne. So the Eastern Breccia is holding a good... I don't want to say significant. A good amount of gold. And... that's now 6 times they've drilled that and 6 times they've come up with mineralisation. Which suggests that whole area is going to be worth a lot more drills, isn't it? Really? Let's be honest. I just wished I could find the other one. That I've always got it somewhere. In fact, I know where I'll find it. It might not be the last one, but it'll be one that we've used before and that you've all seen before because I've done comparison studies. And it's just popped up on my screen that a couple of holes of assays pending are over 2 kilometres in length. Now, remember, that's not depth. I'm talking to myself. Sorry, that's not depth, that's length. I mean, that's as far as they can go with a drill. They just drilled until they could not drill no more. I am guessing. I am now looking for which file. Come on, chap, find it. I don't know when I made that. So, but you can see I've put the decline over the top of it. So when was that made? Let's just check the date because that would be the right thing to do. That was made in March. So that was made in March. Let me just try and get this screen so that you can... No, Windows, man. Does my nut. That's as good as it's likely going to get, I'm afraid. Right. So, it has changed. It's changed considerably, hasn't it? They have taken away, and this could be a different RL level. So there is that. Yeah. So the one, this one on the right hand side is at 5,000 meters, whereas the one on the left is at 4,700 meters. So when you're looking down on it, it's different. Like, oh, you're not seeing it. Why didn't anyone tell me I couldn't see it? Oh man, there you go. Brutal. The joys of live TV. So you can see it's very different. The northwest crescent closure is there at 5,000 meters, but not there at 4,700. That's fine. But they're now reporting at 4,700 a slightly different shape. But then what's going on here? Look at this. I mean, we keep talking about this yellow bit, don't we? No, I mean, that's really significant. I'm really pleased with that. That's really cool. How far they're just intercepting. I mean, that's picked up through the dolerite, through all the crackle, into the cemented, back out the other side into some more breccia. I think the conversation with BAMS is going to be very, very interesting. I think that we should leave it here because I'm waffling. I'm talking away to myself, and it's probably only my mum and the producer watching now. But if you're still here, thank you so much for joining us today. I hope I've brought you some entertainment. We could talk about how good the results were, or how good I brought the results to you, but let's be honest, none of us are probably much the wiser. I've got a couple of things to read from the producer before we do wrap up. But honestly, thank you. So, Southeast Breccia, 4 holes, 2 results. Northern Breccia, 21 holes, only 12 reported. Eastern Breccia, 4 holes, nothing has been reported. I'll do that again. That's crazy. Okay. Well, that, boys and girls, is where we're going to leave that. We've been on air for just under an hour, so I think that'll do. You've had enough bottle for one night, and we'll be back here in 6 weeks' time. For sure, we'll be back here in 6 weeks' time. And hopefully we'll have a geologist here to tell you about what they're seeing, explain what they're understanding. Bamps will be along at some point in the next week to tell you what he thinks about these results and how he interprets them. And you never know, Sheila, our underground person, might come along and give us a further tour of the mine, because by all accounts everyone enjoyed that last time, or most people did, apart from the people that gave us thumbs down on YouTube, and fair enough. That's probably for me, not for Bams. To the producer, thank you very much for being here. I really appreciate everything you've done for me this evening. And to you at home, in your bedrooms or in your sofas at home or on the train, as I believe one of you is, thank you. And I bid you farewell. And I will speak to you very, very soon. My name's Liam, and you've been watching GGPTV live. Thank you, and good night. If you're still there, call this an Easter egg. I've got a new Twitter account for my personal investment journey, maybe. Not quite. It's skewed, but it's going to be more of a behind the scenes, if you like, a bit more about me as a person and some things that I'm doing, some projects, that the other, at Liam FLV. Nice and simple. It works. So at Liam FLV on Twitter, give us a follow. And if you really did enjoy this, and quite a few people did, because you could always buy me a cup of coffee, because that just helps to pay for the website, and which needs updating and stuff like that. So yeah, thanks. Good night.